October 31st, doing a trade recap. I just finished trading. Um, Although I'm down, 1100 was actually worse than that, so I was able to regain some of my loss. And my goal is to go back in when I wake up at 2 o'clock and trade again. So my bias was bearish. Trade futures. I look at NAS and the NQ. I prefer NQ because I like the volume that it brings back, like the volatility in its volume. Um, but I think I saw a better flow for myself on ES. So I've been watching it through the night actually, since I work at night, and I realize with this trade strategy that I'm utilizing more often, I have to literally watch the charts. I understand why people swing trade. I do, because if I watch the chart like I'm supposed to, it gives me, God, I don't want to say anxiety, I guess is a trigger word, but it just like I feel angst the entire time. And that's exactly how I felt trading. So I'm looking on the 5 minute, which I think is just nice to look at. It's not so, it's obviously low time frame, but it's still, you can still see the same thing, which is yesterday's high was somewhere over here. Asia came in, kind of consolidated for the most part. London kicked in, took out Asian highs, came down, took out Asian highs even further, and reversed. So my expectation was that since it reversed um, in the London session, technically, before New York Open, it was going to be a continuation for myself. The ideal spot for me to have taken my trade would have been up here. Had I taken my trade up here, I would have read it down. You know, this would be my first take profit, which was my Asia high, my Asia low, and I probably would have actually, yeah, I would have probably done one more, two or three here, which it would have definitely hit all four take profits, and I would have been good. So I utilize fair value gaps and liquidity. So my highest old highs were obviously um, in the London, and these were kind of relatively equal highs, which were also my signal that this was going to be probably bearish at some point. But you wanted that liquidity, you wanted that old high to be taken out, and then turn, have that turn downwards. And so that's exactly what I got. But somewhere between this time and market open, which I have it marked here, it's hard to see. Yeah. I think I had just got back from work and was just getting, all my stuff together. So I didn't catch this. Had I caught this retracement into this fair value gap, I would have probably taken this next candle down and been good. So I tried to do that here, but because I entered into consolidation, I just didn't move much, and I ended up being taken out of my getting taken stopped out twice. So I'm realizing that there are multiple times that you can go in. At first, I'd be like, man, if I just got out once, I'm done. That's it. It's over. I don't care. I'm out. I'm out for the count. But I realize you can still keep going as long as you still see your setup. And that's exactly what I did. I got in here, and instead of going in like what I normally went in with, which was ES, um, I think I'd entered initially here, but I got stopped out because I set my take profit here instead of setting it above here, um, to the downside. So I waited. What I did now was I kind of used the other strategy that I like to utilize, which is looking at fair value gaps along with liquidity. This blue line was not an actual high time frame um, anything. It was just my mental alert. So here I have a fair value gap that gets invalidated, um, which is good. And then I had drawn, I think from this high, yep, to this high. I was looking for equilibrium. And then I got my touchdown into my fair value gap, which is great. And I was able to write it in. And I stopped here when I got this large candle. But I went in such smaller contracts, and I kind of built up. I went in with two MES, then I think I went in with like three ES, and then one NQ, And then when I hit, and then I took partials. I took partial here, and I took another partial here, and then I got out here. So that's why this doesn't look as, it should be green if I had just entered in the first time here, wrote it through to here, and my take profit for myself was past this Asian low because I didn't see a fair value gap here, and I felt like the imbalance is a lot stronger than this, especially since it's already been taken out before. I did feel like it would be taken out again and continue up at least. So I waited for a fair value gap, which there is a fair value gap here. I think it's on the 5 minute. Yeah, on the 5 minutes, a fair value gap. So when it hit that, that was my that was my okay. I'm definitely gonna get out. Whether it continues back up, that's fine. But I know it's going to recognize that, respect it, or something. And yeah, so I don't have Trade Evade anymore. I took that off because I can't stand it. We just don't connect. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm always having issues with it. I have Alpha Futures here, which I can't even use because Trade Evade doesn't work. I'm even trying to figure out how to get that going. And then, so I've been using Top Step. It is what it is. And then I decided to switch over to Hero FX and do um, Forex trading as well and just go from there. So this was my trade for Friday.